Kia ora and welcome to Craft to Artosaurus. My name's Paula. Today it's Monday, so it's Eek Susanna Day. I've got all my pins and everything in the pin cushion. This is actually something I found in an op shop, and Christine's just made one. But look, Christine, I've made one. I don't know. So there's a really cool, the live was on making a pincushion like that. And so if you want to know how to make one, you just go to Christine's channel and she'll show you how to do it. Create and Craft with Christine. It's number 7 on my stitchery with Susanna, and I've only got 2 more after this. Oh, I'm so excited. I need to bring it down, Paula, pull yourself in. So we got this in the 3rd kit, and so we're on the 7th kit, and we're using this for the leaves, and the other 2 colours that came with this rather gorgeous kit was the yellow, which I'm most probably not going to use. I might use that for stitching around somewhere on the tablecloth, but not on this piece, because I actually want the yellow that I've painted to be the bumblebee, and I'm going to use a black on it. So yeah, I've decided what I'm going to do, and I'm just explaining everything because next week there's not going to be a video, as this girl's going on holiday. Holiday. My dog is playing. I'm sorry, I don't know if you can hear that. I can. She's snorting and sniffing and being her doggy happy self. There we go. Look, we'll use that bit before we get into this bit here. I've used so much. So I think I've got enough to do what I need to do here. Susanna's kits are rather fabulous, and she's back from her retreat. So her retreat, she did this gorgeous bunny, and she's got these 2 patterns on her shop there in Vintage Blend Studios. So pop along and you can see what she's done there. And Corrine has also released a video, and I'll link all these channels underneath in my comment section like I always do, that I talk about. Corrine has also released a video, and in there it's got some of the workshop happiness happening. So yeah, very exciting, very, very exciting. Oh, my dog is going cray cray. Oh my goodness, I don't know what. Oh gosh, I think it'll be the cat. Yep, it's a terrible day today here on the coast. Oh, I feel like, I should be dressed a bit more fancier than what I am, going, oh, winter's coming, and then watching for the swords. What am I going to do? I think I'm just, for this bit here, I know I've got, I like having this at the bottom, the little screw thing that tightens everything up on your rings. I like that at the bottom or at the side, and today I've decided it's the bottom, and I would like to do daisy chain. Yeah, yes, daisy chain. I'm daisy chaining it. I haven't seen Susanna's video today, so I don't know what she's doing on her Rosemary piece, but she did quite a bit last week. Her bedspread is looking beautiful. Oh, so it's going to be a bed cover. So I don't know if that's different to a bedspread, but I imagine it is. A cover must just go over covers the bed, and the bedspread you can sleep with it on. See, I don't know. I'm not hip enough to know what that is. I'm a bit old-fashioned sometimes, a bit old-fashioned. We didn't, growing up, we didn't have fancy things like that. I think the Continental quilt came out when I was growing up. Oh my goodness, when I got my first Continental quilt, did I feel posh or what? Too darn right I did. I'm sorry, I've got a bit of a cough happening. There's not a lot I can do about it, it's just, there's a nasty little bug going around Greymouth apparently. Oh gosh, fingers crossed I haven't got it. I'm on holiday next week. Well, I leave on Saturday. And I intend to have myself a ball. So I'm going to mention in most of my videos all of this week that I will not be on next week because, well, there will be no Susanna piece, sorry. Mainly because I'm going to be away on holiday, and I don't have, other people seem to have worked out how to put videos on without releasing them. Yeah, I'm a newbie at all this. I still don't know how to do that. I've got my light on up above, so that, one, I can see what I'm stitching, and two, because I thought it was very dark in my room today. Like, I've got the curtains all open, but it's very dark out there, and if the weather turns really, really nasty, I might stop recording for a while, just in case. We had a big earthquake last night. I must have slept through it, which is really unusual, so I'm a bit shocked by that. But so apparently people were woken at 2 o'clock and they could hear the rumble of the earthquake coming, and with my hearing disability, I can feel the earthquakes coming, so I don't know. And then they're reporting it was a 2.9 or something. Well, that's not an earthquake. I've had bigger burps than that. But anyway, people said, oh, it was really frightening. I was up feeding my baby and the earth shook, and, I was really, really scared. Here's your first clue. They had to wake their husband or their partner to tell them it was an earthquake. Why? They were sleeping. The baby's been crying. Give them a break, people. Give them a break. Oh, dear. But, yep. Obviously, no one was bottle feeding, because at no stage did I say I was heating up the bottle. And, the husband saying I was heating up the bottle. I bottle fed both my babies, mainly because I was a bad cow. I had the first bit of stuff, and then your milk's meant to come in. Well, when my milk was meant to come in, my body was like, yeah, no, there's no milk here, darling. And so I ended up buying formula all the way through. It actually made it quite, I don't know, I quite liked it. There were a couple of times when I was out with my church, and some of the elderly ladies would come over, and one of the children would be fussy, and I'd be giving them a bottle, and they would say, oh, would you like me to, since you're bottle feeding, I could feed your baby for you. And, I kind of knew them. I felt quite safe around them. And I'd sit there and have a cup of tea, and I'd let them feed the baby. I'd put a towel over their shoulder, because they both had terrible, reflux systems. I didn't want anyone to get their clothes dirty. But they were always so very, very grateful. They were like, oh, thank you for letting me do that. I really, I haven't fed a baby in a while, and it brought back happy memories. So, yeah, I guess it wasn't such a bad thing. I was a bad cow. So... Oh, it does look nice. Okay. What stitch do I want to do on the side? I still want some of the painting to show through, so I'm not sure. I'm an R in my head. I'm an R. Well, I think I'll put you on pause, and I will go and get my A to Z book out and look at some stitches, because I can't think of anything. So I'll be back shortly, and I'll show you the stitch I picked out from my book. Okay, I had a look, and I don't know, I quite like this Pekingese stitch. And I thought I could use my main thread, this one here from 3 and 7 in the middle. And then I've got this thread here from number 1. And I could just use that and thread it through. I think it might look kind of nice and a little bit different. It's not going to look very Rosemary, I guess, but I kind of like it. Or I might go and look for, what is this? See, this feels like a perlé thread of some sort, some description. So I might go looking for another perlé. And thread that through. That's near this colour, but a little bit lighter or something. I guess that's the best idea. Let me put you on pause again, and let me go and have a look. Okay, I think it's either a little bit darker, or it's pretty darn close to that. So I found this. The number is 503. So I'm going to use 503, and I will do the main colour, as the main stitch up the middle that we'll just do now with number 3 and 7, and then from there I will go to this one and do the threading through. So it'll look fine. It'll look fine. I'm going to leave the Pekingese stitch instructions in front of me. I've never done this stitch before, so yeah, let's do a new stitch together. It could be the wrong one to pick. I'm just wondering that if this is going to be the wrong one to pick, but we'll give it a go. I'll give anything a go. So I might just need to do a Pekingese stitch here and there and just do a back stitch everywhere and then decide where I'd like to do the Pekingese stitch. Oh, I feel like I'm talking about a dog. Oh, like Pekingese. So what do? Well, we start here at the bottom. I'm gonna slowly work my way up the piece, so don't panic. This is going to go terribly wrong, I already know, but don't panic, people. Don't panic. And all we do is a back stitch, apparently. So it doesn't say how far apart the back stitch should be, but I'm thinking something like this would be nice. And I'm going to do Christine's back stitch, which is where you go back and then you come back up here. It would help if it wasn't in the ring, and go forward. And then I wonder if I can loosen it a bit. I might be able to do it. Oh, look, there we go. There. I can do it quick and easy. It should go quickly. I'm just going to carry on doing a normal back stitch now. Yep, nah. That's going to be what it is, a normal back stitch. And I back stitch that one. I'm actually going to, I'm going to go up to the next one here and turn my ring, obviously, because, you know, I need to do that. And I've left a bit at the back, but that'll be hidden. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. And I'm going to back stitch here. It means I guess I'm getting rid of some of my painting, but I don't have to do this stitch on every single one. So just on, I think on these ones down here where I got the colour so wrong, they're all definitely going to be Pekingese. But I'm just going to pick some of the longer ones and I'm going to leave some with just the back stitch on it. So yeah, every so often a Pekingese. So I'll just carry on doing back stitch everywhere. I'll just stay here for a little while and do a few of these with you. And when I come back, it'll all be back stitched. Fingers crossed. It'll all be back stitched. It'll all look lovely, lovely. Or as the expression I'm using at the moment quite a bit, lovely jubbly. So yeah. Okay, so that's all the back stitching done for the Pekingese stitch. Woof, it's looking fun. This is how much thread I had left over. Susanna's very exact, isn't she? She did a wonderful job. Oh dear. I'm sure I wouldn't have used so much if I hadn't have done, if I'd done Christine's back stitching instead of the proper back stitching. You use less thread. So I've got no one to blame but myself. So yeah. Now I'm going to open this one up. It is lighter. I'll also, when I need green to stitch this down, I think I'll be using this. So it'll bring it in other places. It makes sense. I'm only going to do Pekingese stitch every so often. So I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to do it everywhere, just in a few places. And because they're not very long, it's most probably not going to matter where I do it. So just on the long ones, I was thinking, or the ones I want to look a little bit fatter. Ooh, ow. Yeah, it's a little bit owie sometimes, just a little bit. So let's have a look here. It says that you come up at the bottom. So thankfully I've got the lines on either side of the stitching there where Susanna's drawn. So it's not too bad, is it? And all I need to do is go with this end of the needle. I'm going to go through like so. And that should make a nice, and then I go through through here. Is it above or below? I think it's above that one. So I go through there. So it's a nice little circle like so. And then I go to the through there, down and through, and then through, under through here. Sorry, it's taking me a while because I've got to read the instructions. And then up through here. So it makes a backward E, I'm thinking. And then from there, I just pull it a little bit. And I'm going to put this over here. So it's like a little O thing I'm doing, isn't it? I don't think it goes underneath. Repeat the steps. It goes, push the needle back down through the first stitch. Make sure the tip of the needle passes over the working thread. Pull to the right. Yep, so it's definitely going over. It's not going under. So yeah, and that's gone back through there. And there it is. The pecan. Actually, that looks rather cool. Well, I'm impressed with myself. Okay. So I'm going to do the same thing. You go, I'm just going back through here. I think I wanted it around about there. And oh, look at the mess on the back. Is that what I've just done? Oh dear. Yes, it is what I've just done, so that's not too bad. Okay, so using the back of my needle, I go up here and back down through the one beside it, pulling gently, go to the next stitch, underneath that stitch, back through this stitch on this side, little O, going to the next stitch underneath, and back to this one here, goes over that. Oh, there we go. It's just this piece of I'm just moving that, I keep on hitting it. And then this bit here comes down there. And there it is again. So let's do that again. I'm at this stitch here. This stitch, I'm going to the next stitch, wrap around the next stitch, under, and then I'm going to go over my thread on the stitch I'm at the beginning of, pull it through. I go to, so I've just done that stitch going under and over. Now I go under here in the next stitch, and I go back to the stitch I've just been under and on, and go through there. Don't know if that makes sense, if what I'm showing you is any good. So I will start down here at this stitch. I might actually do this everywhere. I'm enjoying myself. It's just looking good. Let's see if I can bring it up to the camera, and I'll see if I can show you what I'm doing a little bit better. So I've come up the beginning of this first stitch here. Or now I'm going to go to the next stitch, go under that one, the back stitch I've made, go back through the first one, and I go over my thread. So the rest of it gets pulled through gently. Then I go to the next one, going up, coming down on the one I've just done, coming at the top of that, so all the thread goes underneath what I've just done. And then this is my last stitch on this leaf. I've just done that one going under, and then this one I came over. So this one here, I go under from the bottom to the top, and the stitch next door, this back stitch, I go from the top to the bottom, and I pull the thread and placing it here near the end, and that gives me that whole stitch. I'm now going to go to this stitch here using the blunt end of my needle. So I'm on this stitch, so I go to that stitch, working my way up to the top, coming down this one. It should make a little O, and then I go to the next stitch, the stitch I've just done, coming down to the next stitch and coming down. I don't know, I quite like it. So I'm kind of enjoying this. I think it looks rather neat. The stitches are filled in. What do you think? See the difference? So I'm going to fill in the whole thing like that. And when I come back to do the little flowers, so I'm going to go away and do that. I've shown you how I'm doing it, the Pekingese stitch. And when I come back, I'll sort out the flowers with this one. And then we've just got the bumblebee to do, and we're completed. It's so easy, isn't it? Okay, so that's as much Pekingese stitch I think I'm going to do. It makes it look really nice down here, quite filled, but these ones are so skinny, I don't think I can do Pekingese stitch there, which now brings me to whatever I'm going to do on the Rosemary little dotty things. And I am thinking, they are rather dotty, aren't they? I'm trying to remember Rosemary. This is a lovely colour. It's a lovely lilac, and there's a blue in there. It's just gorgeous. I'm debating, I don't know, I think it might be too thick. I was wondering if I should use all what do you call it, all 6 of them. Couldn't work out what the word was. Oh dear, oh dear. I think it would be too big. So I think I'm going to use 3, and I might just do a French knot. I'm just pulling, whoops, my light's gone off. I hope you can still see. I think you can. I might just open the curtains in front of me in a bit, but first of all, I'll press pause, I'll pull off 3 pieces, and we'll thread a needle up. And then from there, we will go to the lovely flowers. Okay, I've opened up my curtains to let in a bit more light, and now all of a sudden the sun has found a piece of blue sky up there. Don't worry, it's going to disappear shortly. I'm looking at what I'm doing, and I can see where I'd like some daisy chains, and I know I seem to do a lot of daisy chaining. I think it's one of my favorite stitches. So yeah, I'm going to do daisy chains. Detached daisy chains, but daisy chains all the same. So I'm just going to do a daisy chain down to here. I've got this bit of green here. I should put it in my container rather than there. I don't know, I'm tempted to do Rosemary, the lettering, in the blue. I don't know. I've run out of green, and I think the blue would be the nicest. And I can couch it down, which I think would be lovely jubbly. Yeah, I'm still using that phrase. Yeah, I've gone back to using it. Oh, you poor people. So, yes, it's been a lovely morning. In between filming, I've been watching Annie. And I've actually also put on a story, which I've never done before. There was a story on YouTube. So it's kind of like an audio book, I guess, but I've never really done the whole audio book thing. I don't know. I like reading books, holding them, but then I'm a very tactile person. It's most probably, if you're watching this, and you're most probably a tactile person yourself, you know, you like to feel and touch things, and yeah, it's just something that makes me happy. So yeah, when I read a book, I like to, well, read a book. I don't know what else to say. So yeah, I listened to a book. It was all right. I don't know if I'd recommend it. But I'm a tactile person. I'm the wrong person to do this with. Oh dear. It was an okay story. I've read better. It wasn't Pride and Prejudice. I'd normally put on a video or something, but because this was a new stitch, I wanted to get it right all the time, and I was thinking, oh, if I do it like that, I might not get the stitch right. So I've done some detached daisies, and now in the middle of this, fingers crossed I can do this, I'm thinking, I say it and I normally do, and I think, why do you even say that, Paula? You're always going to do it. 1, 2, 3, wrap around 3 times. Pull it through. Now pull it on this little tail, but not too tight, just a little bit, and keep it to one side. There's your lovely French knot. And if I pull it through, I can see, oh yeah, I'm going to like that. That is cute. What do you think? I think it's the cutest little thing ever. Here's a look at my back. It's absolutely messy. It's the messiest I've ever had a back, and I was thinking that the other day when I was doing oops, sorry, I banged you all, me bird. But no, this is definitely the messiest. Yeah, just a knot there at the end. It'll be fine with one knot. And I'm going to do exactly the same everywhere else except for here. So I'm looking at that going, things that make you go, So I guess I'll come over to this one over here. Look, the sun's absolutely coming in. I'm going to have to close my curtains, aren't I? After saying there was no sun out there. What's happened? Oh no, look, there's blue sky. Loads of it. So let me just close my curtains. This bit here, that light bit that you can see, that's actually because my blinds don't reach all the way to the sill. We made them come up a little bit because the sills are massive in this room. So yeah, it's fine. It's fine. Do you remember how many times I wrapped around? I think it was 3 times. We're about to find out. Well, we'll do this one over here. Nice and easy, a detached daisy chain. I do like that Pekingese stitch. I think it would be better with more of a contrast colour than what I've used. So you could see the Pekingese stitch a little bit better. I'm looking at it going, oh, it just looks like a daisy chain of sort. But it's not, because it actually wraps around. So once you look at it closer, you realise it's not a daisy chain. So that's not too bad. But I think that, yep, that's fine. But I was thinking it's because of the 2 different colours that I liked it, and I should have thought of that when I did it. I think it would make really, really cool seaweed. You know, Annie does those beautiful seaweed pictures and everything, and the sea creatures things. I think this would be lovely for that, the Pekingese. I really do. You could use it for coral and all that sort of thing. So I'm glad I gave it a go. And it's a new stitch. It's always good to extend yourself a little bit. So yeah, I'm not sure how many petals Rosemary has on their flowers. Yeah, I didn't really, I love the kids dancing to Rosemary for Remembrance, and I love knowing that Rosemary is an old Victorian era thing, that, if you've got mind memory problems, Rosemary would help you remember. So they'd have rosemary in a little handkerchief or something, or wrapped up in a piece of cloth, and that's what they'd use to help their mind remember things. So yeah, definitely doesn't work. Otherwise by now we'd have no Alzheimer's, would we? I don't know. It's a sad disease, that one. So I'm just pulling on the tail again and pulling it to the side. And I think 3 threads was definitely the right way to go. I'm going to, oh, so cute. I'm going to very carefully knock that off and go to another area. I'm just pressing pause all the time today. So there we go, 4 lovely flowers. I'm going to finish off these 3 and I'll come back when I'm up to here. Oh, I guess we could just go straight up to there and then I'll go away and I'll work out the other 3. I haven't split this, so it's going to knot. And when it knots, you can all shout out, see, Paula, that's why you don't do that. So now I've got to thread it. Oh, there we go. Not too bad. Not too bad. Oh, dear. I'm going to do the whole thing purple, and I know some of it's green, but I actually like it to be all purple. I think that's why the bumblebee has, well, it's not a bumblebee, the bee. I hope it's not a wasp. Jolly well better not be a wasp. Goes and has a little look at it. So I think I'm just going to do a detached daisy chain to tell you the truth. I like detached daisy chains. It's my favourite thing to do. Yep, it looks great. And another one over here. So I'm just going to do detached daisy chains all along here. Oh, look, I could feel something was off. There we go. It's very easy to do that. So just keep an eye on your tail when you do this sort of thing. You're never quite sure if you're going to catch it. I've got a little knot there, so there we go. Detached daisy chain. And I might do this one first. Put it just under here. Like it's a flower on top of a flower then, I don't know. I always remember rosemary having lots of little buds like this. So yeah, I'm quite happy to do this. It could be the type of rosemary though I had here. So it was an old-fashioned rosemary plant I used to have. It had died. None of you are surprised. Those of my friends who are watching and going, so not surprised, Paula. Oh my goodness. I got given, a friend has given me a pot plant. Oh, and I said to her, why are you giving me a pot plant? I'm going to kill this. She said, no, it's fine. You'll be fine with it. Oh, it's dead. It's not like a little dead. It's super dead. I've had it for 2 weeks. It's dead. I don't know. You don't give me pot plants. It's terrible. I feel awful. I feel like someone's given me a pot plant to kill. They obviously never liked that pot plant. And it was a beautiful pot plant. It had pretty flowers on it and everything. I think it had been in our house for 1 day. And 2 of the little flowers had already turned black on me. So I think it was already dead before I got it. Don't you agree? Go on, just a nod, not a longer. Paula, that's so not your fault, Paula. You go, girl, you go. It wasn't your fault that plant died. Thank you, I knew you'd understand. But, oh, I feel so guilty. It's like, oh, I killed another pot plant. And I didn't even try. Oh, my husband said, have you fed it with water? And I said, yes, I've fed it with water. And he said, well, have you watered it too much? I said, I don't know. And then a part of me went, do you know what? If he's so jolly worried about the pot plant, why didn't he take over the feeding of it? I'm a shocker. I really am. I cannot get pot plants to live. I don't know. The only pot plant I've ever had survive is one I made out of fabric. Yep. It's made out of lovely fabric. I got given it by one of my daughters, and it's the only pot plant that has ever survived. And it is gorgeous. It's got googly eyes on it. It's a little monster plant. Love it to pieces. It's so me. It really is. It's just like, it's such a happy little plant. So I'm not going to do a French knot up here because I don't think this is a flower. It's more of a grouping of the rosemary. So yeah, that's what I'm putting it as, grouping of the rosemary. And then I will tie a knot in this, and I will go down and do those other ones. Oh, actually, what I might do is grab some black and we'll do the bumblebee together. So, yeah, just do this one up here near the top. And I'll just leave those for later on, and I can do that while I'm editing, can't I? Yes, of course I can do that while I'm editing. I can feel the room getting cold. Obviously, that little bit of sunlight, that was, yep, no, the clouds are coming. The clouds are coming. Oh, I could hear a boom there. I don't know what that was. There we go. Doesn't that look cool? Oh, look, I love how it went from the dark to the light. Oh, I worked that out well, didn't I? Right, we need some black thread. I can see some beside me. Is that black thread? Or is, oh, I think that's brown thread. So I think I've got a needle over here. Yep, with yesterday's thread on it. I don't know. I think it might be too thick. Oh, do you know what? I think it could be just right. But I will get a thinner thread for around the outside. For the little head, I'm going to do the same thing as I did for the bird's beak the other day, because I love doing that stitch. So just going to do here, and then I'm holding it and I'm just going to wrap around, I think 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We'll do 6 for good luck. Just wrap around 6 times, hold on to that bottom and just very gently pull it. And then go back up to here and down. And I'm just going to go beside. See that bit there? I'm going to pull it over and down. Oh dear. Okay, so I'm going to do another one of those. That was 6, wasn't it? This is a little bit of a smaller area here. So I'm just going to do 4. I think 4 would do this area. There we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. You'll find a way that will suit you for wrapping around and that sort of thing. Don't panic. Don't panic, says I, as I'm pulling vigorously on it. There we go. And that's that bit. There's lovely. And from here down, the little antennae Susanna's drawn. Here down, the little antennae Susanna's drawn. And from here across, I'm actually going to go all the way. Oh, this could be the worst thing ever. And I'm going to couch that down. Like so. And I've got a little bit of a tummy happening here, which I'm going to come over to. The little leg coming from the other side, coming down to that leg. That looks great. Coming from here, definitely. The wings I'm definitely not going to do in this thick thread. I'd like some glitter in those wings. I don't know how to do it. I'm going to have a little think-see. that little leg and the little stinger on the end. Oh, looks great. I'm just going to have to find the thread and get a little bit more. So I'll turn you off and I will go and get the thread. Okay, got some more thread. It's looking great. Oh, actually, it's really kind of cute. Things that make you go, I'm going to come from here and I will couch all of this down to over to here. Just wondering if I've got some sparkly fabric I can put there. I've got a funny feeling I have that I can use for the wings that's see-through. Sure hope I do. I would love to do something like that. I'm going to do the bit of this back that I can see, and I'm hoping to place a piece of sparkly fabric over where the wings are and stitch it down very carefully, or maybe a bit of lace or something. I don't know. I'm just looking at it going, I know I want something. I don't really want to cover up my lovely yellow painting, so yeah, I just need to hold that down here. Should I do another bullion knot coming across here? I think I will do another bullion knot coming across here. I don't need to do a big bullion knot, just a little one. How many? Let's have a look. I just need to be able to see my needle. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We'll do 5. We'll see how 5 looks. I'm just holding what I've got there, then slowly pushing it down and pushing it into the place I'd like it to be. Let's have a look there. Have I got it in the right place? Yep. This is going to be, I guess it has to be another bullion knot now, doesn't it? Just want it to be in the right place. Yep, there we go. But this will only need to be teeny weeny. I said that before, didn't I? And it wasn't. But I think 3 at the most. 1, 2, 3. Holding it in place. Moving it down. Yep. That was just right. Bringing it to here. Oh, it's a cute little bee. I'm so hoping it's a bee and not a wasp. I'll know today when I go to watch Susanna's video, because she'll tell us what it is. I've been wrong before, but mine's a lovely little bumblebee, I feel, not a wasp. 3, 4. Might do 5 here at the bottom. Just holding those stitches all nice underneath there, pushing them off. Pushing them down, pulling it across, pushing it down, pulling it across. And let's have a look at that. Oh, wow. Oh, I'm beginning to think I need to go on with the yellow. Oh, I might need to, mightn't I? Because the yellow's faded away. That's okay. It's not the end of the world. It is the end of the world. I didn't want to cover up my lovely painting. I thoroughly enjoyed myself painting up the bumblebee. I think because I used too thick a thread here. So let's first of all, my mat's gone everywhere. I most probably need a bigger mat. Oh yeah, no, I am going to have to use some of this. There's the end of the thread. There we go. I don't necessarily, I'm just tempted to use all 6. So have I got a nice big, yes I have. Let's see if I can thread up 6. Not very often I thread up 6. I want that lovely thickness, that bumblebee look of a body. I'm just doing a messy French knot, so it's not going to be nice and tight and polite and all the other bits and pieces that I normally do if I want a messy one. So it kind of stands out down there at the bottom. And then I'm going to do a stitch across here. And another stitch across here. That lovely popping sound, you know you're stitching when you get that lovely pop. Oops. Just a lovely spot there, and another one at the top here. Looks great. Now I'm coming back to where I've done that messy French knot, and I'm hoping, I don't know if this is going to work, I've never really done it before, so I just want to go over the French knot, but I still want that bit of fabric to be, that bit of thread to be there. I kind of know the look I'm looking for. I don't know if I can do it, but I'm just giving it a shot in the hope that I can, so that it looks a little bit fuller. It's leaning to the left again, wasn't I? There we go, and I quite like that. I want another stitch down, either up or just down here. I think it's just up. Oh, I'm just going to there, and it's fallen apart. But there we go. Yep, that's kind of, oh, actually that bumblebee looks cool. I need to sort out the wings. Okay, I found a bit of lace, and it's got a lovely sheen to it. Well, I think it has. And I think it would go nicely there. So, this is going to be technical and hard. I can already see it in my head. Oh, Paula, why are you doing this to yourself? It's going to fall off the first time you wash it. Because I like it. Oh dear. I'm just cutting it off, this lovely bit of lace. Yeah, no, I think that's kind of what I'm wanting. I'm not quite sure how to get it to size to here. So I need to think about this. So just pull it in around here and cut it off here. And bring it out there. Okay, there's one little wing. And glue stick. I'm going to glue it down. Thankfully this glue will disappear when it dries. So yeah, but that'll be all nicely glued down. So there's one wing. And this one here, I want to be up here. I'm going to cut it again. And shape it to how Susanna's got it. It is a little fiddly, but I'm enjoying myself. Then that's probably the most important thing of all, is that you enjoy yourself for these little stitcheries. I'm sure Susanna has worked out a beautiful way that she's doing her wings. Oh, I like it. So now I'm going to do is get some white, what's kind of a cream, but it goes with this. And I'm using this already, so it's just right. I don't think it changes colour. I'm looking at it going, I don't think it changes colour, and I'm looking at it going, is there a colour change there, Paula? I don't think there is. I've got a lovely little needle here, nice little blue one. And all I'm going to do is stitch that down with loads and loads of little stitches. It's either going to work or it's not, isn't it? Yeah, you know. Oh, no. That didn't work. I let it go too soon, and oh, I don't know. First time I couldn't tie a knot. Yep. Okay. Now I can just see the lovely brown there. So all I'm going to do is stitch and do lots of teeny, so you won't be able, oh, I should have done a Corrine. I should have tied a knot on the end of this, but I didn't, of course. So I'm just going to stitch, hopefully hold her down in places. And I might just do some small stitches with this. That will, I'm doing quite long stitches there just to hold it. And then I'm thinking I might be able to do some lovely little running stitches and hold it in place in the middle. I'm not sure. In my head it's making sense, but it's very fiddly because it's right at the edge and it hasn't caught, and all sorts of things are happening here. So I'm going back to here. Wherever I can see that lovely brown, I'm doing a stitch across. Another one here. It is a little messy, I guess, but I'm kind of liking the effect. Oh, that was badly executed. So I pulled it quite close to myself so I can see what I'm doing. Sorry, I'm really concentrating here. I've got my tongue out. No, I haven't. I'm yakking away, aren't I? You go, Paula, you yakety yak again today. Just down to here. And I had folded that somehow. I don't know how I'd manage that, but I'm going to keep that fold there. And I'm going to do that again. I think this is just right for wings. It just gives it that little bit of loveliness, and it's got a little bit of blinginess happening, which I'm really liking. I know I haven't got any other lace on my tablecloth, but you know, by the end of it I might have. I'm just going to pull this way a little bit with a stitch. It's amazing what you can do with stitches. And a little bit more here, and pull that this way with a stitch. Oh, it looks great. Now I'll go on to the other wing. Sorry, I've gone quiet. I'm really concentrating. I want this to look nice. So Susanna has everything out in her shop. I don't know if I've already said this. So if I have, I'm sorry. I'm repeating myself. But Vintage Blend Studios, she's had a lovely time doing a workshop with people over there in Australia. And if you didn't go to the workshop, don't panic, because Susanna has selling her lovely workshop pattern, and I have snagged the little fox, or bunny, sorry, bunny, I've got fox on my mind, bunny. I've grabbed one of her little bunnies. I didn't grab the sewing one mainly because I didn't know if I'd have time for it, and I also thought, well, I'd also grab some material because she's selling these lovely little packs. And I don't know, a Susanna pack is a lovely, delightful thing to get. And it wasn't that expensive. I think it was 35 Australian dollars, which isn't that much, you know, with New Zealand dollars and that sort of thing. And it'll make its way over the seas to me. And I'm very excited because I just love getting anything from Susanna. I love all of her little packs. As you could most probably guess, look at me, here I am. I have got her houses, which I have never ever got around to, and Corrine has done an amazing job on the house one. I'm hoping to be able to get there at some stage before much longer. I want to use my lace on that and have lots and lots of fun and make a lovely village. Yeah. Hang on. I just thought of something because I'm joining the stitch along with Sally. I could take one of the houses off Susanna's bit with the shops and everything and put that onto the sampler. I'm doing, that's excellent. I'm going to have to grab that out and have a little look-see. Oh, that's excellent. So there we go. Oh, look at that. The wings are so cute. I managed to get a little bit of glitter in the eye. I can see it. Don't know how I managed it. I'm leaving it. So yeah, I'm going to go away, finish off these flowers, and more than likely for this, I will just stitch it or something. I'm not quite sure what I'll do, but I'll end up stitching it and you'll see it. So I thought I'd give you the update for the Rosemary to right now. As you can see, the wings are all done. See the back stitching, and where I have done the Pekingese stitch, slightly different. And down here for the name Rosemary for remembrance, I have just done a chain stitch here, and then the rest of the place I have gone along and couched down the green thread that I've got that isn't Susanna's but is mine, and I've used a teeny weeny little bit, one thread of the blue. So this is all ready to go onto the tablecloth for now. So yippee-ki-yay. Now, I did talk about my sampler I'm doing, and I thought what I would do is I will show you the Susanna piece I'm talking about. So this is a Susanna piece that I got, and see it's got little houses on. So I'm thinking I might, this is so brave of me, I might just cut into it, and I think it's going to fit along my sampler. So I could just have three, instead of one house like Sally has done, Dottie B, I could have three, or wait, I could cut it out here where I've got a lovely, great big mansion of a house, which I love this house. I think this is very cute. Or I could also cut out the chapel. So yeah, and then the bottom piece has all these cool shops on. See, so you can just slow stitch into it and have lots and lots of fun. So this is an old piece that Susanna's done, but I'm showing you. Corrine has done this beautifully, and so has Susanna. So if you go to either of their channels, they're listed down below here, and you can see how this lovely piece can be made into something fantastic. Yep, I'm gonna go and play with me my own piece, and I don't know, I'm debating what to cut out. I like the thought of three houses, and then I've got the fence too, and then I can just add to it. So I'm not quite sure. I'll see what fits. It might just be, but I'm going to cut it. Oh, I did think I would keep it in one big piece, but I think I'm going to cut it and use it, and then that's fine. I can just stitch and have fun, and it'll be great fun. So yeah, so this will be going on my sampler, and sooner or later I suppose I'll show you my sampler. if you're interested, even if you're not interested. But I just thought I would show you what another Susanna piece looks like. So yeah, like I say, I love her to pieces. Poor lady. Thankfully she lives in Australia. So yeah, Rosemary, fantastic fun time. I'll see you later on. Okay, so if you enjoyed this video, can you please give me a thumbs up? Leave a comment down below. And thank you all very much for joining me today. And hopefully it's not too long, I don't know. But I've had fun anyway. Really enjoyed my bumblebee. I love how the butt looks. Like, it's just so cool. Yeah, love the wings. All right, everyone. I'll see you all later. Bye, bye, bye.